What is the deal? What's going on? What's happening with my radio familiar, man? What's going on? It's another lovely Thursday night, and we here for another
Yeah.
Turf and Rundown show, man. As always, checking in with my uncle, man. What's going on? How you feeling on this Thursday?
You already know, baby. It's time to talk that talk. I'm excited, man. We got mini camp. Things are starting to come to a head. Pause, if you know what I'm saying. You got
Sure.
all the guys talking and chatty pattying right now when it comes to
No,
people. Coaches are even getting out there in the front and starting to say things here and there. So it's an
uh,
exciting time, man.
nah, for sure, man. It's
Yeah.
real football. It's real football
Real
coming on, man.
football, yes, sir.
I'm really excited for what we got going on. But as you already know, touch on the like buttons, right? Hit on the subscribe button if you really like what you're hearing. At the same time, right on this Thursday show, we like to keep it chill, right? It's almost the weekend. We like to go ahead and usher you in. So go ahead, grab your drink, grab your smoke. Come join us here on the Turf and Rundown show, man. Keep it chill, man. And let's keep it vibing. So you already know how we do for every show that's on the syndicate, man. You know we got to go ahead and start it off with the roll call, because you already know what we say here. Chat lives matter. So once again, we got to start it off with one of our guys, man.
SoCal Sal in the building.
SoCal Sal in the building, man. What's the deal with SoCal, man? Glad you can be here, man. Always glad to see a familiar face for sure.
Absolutely.
Man, another one of the guys, man. Raiders
resistance.
deal, man. What's the word with you? Glad you can make it. Glad you can be in attendance, man. Yes, sir. DSR live, man.
My God.
What's the deal, Ward?
Yes, sir.
Glad you can make it, man. I'm glad you in attendance, man. We got a lot of spicy topics to get into tonight, for sure.
I know Ward gonna have some takes. I can't wait.
Yeah, man. Oh yeah. We're gonna have some fun, man. We're gonna have some fun. So
let's go.
Right, let's talk. We just got to talk recent news. So let's get into the Raider recents, right, about what has been going on, and then let's get your take on that. So let's go ahead and start off like this. Okay, first and foremost, today, all right, the Raiders were supposed to have their last day of mandatory minicamp. Okay,
Right.
but now we see that they have canceled practice today, right? And before I'm gonna keep going, I know this might be off topic. I know some people may say something about it. The background is different because I have been evicted from my usual location. All right, my sister is in town, my cousin is in town, so I gotta go ahead and get evicted out the spot. But it is what it is. All right, we still bringing it to you live. It don't matter, regardless, rain, shine, comfortability or not. We still here. You feel what I'm saying? Regardless of it. But as we continue, right, just wanted to point out, the Raiders were supposed to have practice today, but it was canceled. AP canceled it. Took to the podium, said a lot of things, right? Said a lot of things. I have some comments, and we're going to talk about those, but I want to get your initial reaction on, like, okay, practice canceled. All right. How did you feel about that when you heard that?
I don't have the context. And I'm going to be honest, this is the first time I'm hearing of it. I didn't realize that they canceled. Yeah. I mean, this could be for good reasons. I really don't see where it could be for bad reasons.
Right.
And it could be for indifferent reasons. It's the context is really what truly matters. But I mean, from what I've been hearing, things have been going well.
Oh, smooth.
Offense obviously is going to need some time. It's one of the toughest things to, put together when you're obviously starting out a brand new offense, right? And the defense is already ready to start building off of what they've started. And that's why you're going to see our defense outshine our offense just in general right now, because they already know what they want to do, are going to do, and how they're going to build on that week after week. And and that's why I've been saying when it comes to just knowing the playbook, because what happens is as your coaches are there, they build off of every year. So week 3 of year 4 for a coach, if you've been there for all those years, you absolutely need to be way steps ahead of anybody else from that respect, to where they can throw things in there and you grasp it. And if you have enough of those guys that have all been around 4 or 5 years building on top of that regime from day one, I mean, that's where you get that magic, ladies and gentlemen. In my opinion, I mean, that's where you see defenses and offenses flourish because they've been in it for so long and they can build on top of it and trick people.
Yeah, he's definitely correct. My initial reaction, when I was thinking about it, right? Initial reaction is like, I think it was probably more of like a day off, as in you guys have done what you were supposed to do.
Right. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, you know what I mean? This is
That's how
more
I
of,
took
okay,
it.
you guys have done what you're supposed to do. You guys worked how we were supposed to work. So at the end of the day, you get rewarded by getting the day off, right?
Boom.
So that's my initial thoughts on that. I don't think it's anything bad. I don't think it's anything that we got to worry about. Oh my God, he was so mad he had to cancel it. It's like, nah. We pretty much damn near got 100% participation, right?
Yeah.
And then from there, we're talking about guys giving max effort when they are on the field. So it's not hard to see. And definitely when he took to the podium, there are things that he said that can excite a lot of people in Raider Nation. Can excite a lot of people. But before we get to Antonio Pierce's comments, man, once again, make sure you guys hit the like button here on whatever chat you're watching, either on Turf Channel or my channel here on the Rundown, man. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button. Tap on the subscribe button if you like what you're hearing as well, man. So,
yes, sir.
You already know what time it is, man. But hearing that, nothing too crazy. But when he took to the podium, right, he said a lot of things that have us excited. So the two people that he did mention on the offensive side of the ball that he said he is excited about and wants to see more and can see more happening for them, Trey Tucker, Kobe Myers, right?
Wow.
He spoke very glowingly of Trey Tucker today. So if it's me, I mean, I said it yesterday, bro. Since he's been drafted, I knew what time it was. I don't go ahead and pat myself on the back too often, but I will with this one. Because as soon as we drafted him, I said, well, there goes Hunter Renfrow. It's over.
You are absolutely right. Shout out the rundown. You are 100% correct. And I didn't want to be right. I didn't want you to be right because I got my nice little, shiny white hat with Mr. Renfro's signature on it, which is pretty much meaningless today. So.
I mean, for the memories, not. But at the end of the day, it's like I just saw the potential when you looked at the tape when you drafted him. I'm like, okay, if he gets these little things right, it might be a wrap. And if from all accounts, it looks like he has done that, right? It looks like, or he's in the process of doing that. So now we'll see. I think we're about to see something this year from that kid. For sure.
To be honest, I think him and Brock Bowers are going to be fighting for those particular reps. You know what I mean? They're both going to get their fair share, but I think they're going to outdo each other here and there, and that's really going to cause some competition.
I agree. So, I mean, we're going to put it like this, too. He did talk about Jacoby, and we're going to get into that. But I do want to hear from you and the chat. What's the stat prediction, right? What's the stat prediction for what he can potentially do for this offense?
As far as Trey Tucker?
Yeah.
I don't expect him to have more production than the number ones and the number twos. To be honest, I do think that Jacoby and our guy Adams is going to get theirs. And unfortunately for everybody else, I think that the new guy mops up and comes in third. I really do believe he and Trey Tucker will be fighting. Yeah, Bowers. I believe Tucker and Bowers will be fighting for those particular catches, if you will, or runs, right? Any of the trick plays. Those are the two guys that you're going to see running them for the most part. And I wouldn't even consider them trick plays. They're going to actually be legit package plays for these guys because they're that good and talented and can be played at any position. So, yeah, I'm excited. Man,
I mean, I definitely.
Yeah, I didn't give you a stat, so I'm gonna give you a stat. People might not like. I'm expecting I'm expecting between 600 to 800 yards and probably 5 to 8 touchdowns.
I'm not mad at that. You know what's crazy? I said that yesterday. Because somebody asked me that, and they was like, "What do you expect?" I said, if I get I could see 600 to 800 yards.
6 to 8. It's perfect.
But if you tell me 600, 800 yards, and I can see between 3 to 6 touchdowns on the season, right? Between 3 to 6. And I think, if he was to get 6, let's say you go high number, most of those are deep shots. If I'm going
not only are they deep shots, but I also think they are coming from the new kick return. That's going to be where Trey Tucker is going to. Everyone believes and thinks that it's just going to be Lauby or Abdullah, right? Or run. No. It's the fastest dude on your squad that you want back. Exactly. So I think he's going to have, you add all those touchdowns up, yes, 5 to 8 touchdowns. But just purely receiving touchdowns, yeah, I'm with you. Maybe 4 to 6 max.
You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. And that's not bad. It's just there's so many weapons.
That's spectacular. Yeah, that's spectacular considering what everybody else is going to have.
Exactly. Right? Exactly. And in saying that, now we transition to another player he talked about in Antonio Pierce. He went to the podium and did mention Jacoby Myers as well. Now, this is something that we ended up kind of I don't want to say arguing about, but when the topics of Brandon Ayuk or whatever came up, a lot of us kind of argued against that. I just think Jacoby Myers is one of those sneaky, quiet dudes. Or when you watch his game, you're like, damn, this dude is hella good. You know what I mean? You respect him. But then it's you're not going to say he's Devontae Adams. You're not going to say that. No. But you're going to say he's a tier below that. Right? You would say he's a tier below that. You'd be like, it's not it's good enough to be a number one, it's good enough, but it's amazing as a number 2. You feel what I'm saying? That's how I feel that. So it's I think he's one of those underrated dudes who's gonna continue to put in more work. But how do you feel about him talking about Jacoby Myers? I'm not gonna say, I'm not putting a big, gotta have these type of numbers or bust season from him. I think he's going to do better just in general. But I personally want to see 1,000-yard season out of the kid. I'm just gonna keep it up. That's not far-fetched at all. I mean, my question is, how many times have the number 1 and number 2 both got 1,000-yard seasons in the same season? I don't know what that is. I don't know what that looks like. I wouldn't even begin to start. You mean for us?
For any team, to be honest. I don't know.
Didn't the Bengals just do it not too long ago?
Yeah, seeing that, but that's what I'm trying to say. I don't think it happens often, right? I don't think that
Miami just did it last year.
They might have, right? And that's why I'm saying I think that it's something doable. And that's why I'm saying I think it absolutely may even be necessary in order to get to where we want to get to.
Agreed.
So yeah, I think he needs to crack that mark this year.
I would agree with you. You know what? And since it is the Turf and Rundown, we're going to give you the rundown. Do me a favor as I get to some of these chats and all that. If you would, Turf, can you tell us if Jacoby Myers has ever had 1,000-yard season in his career?
Nope.
Let us know as Turf is going through that. I'll go ahead and give you my 2 cents on it. I'll say I do agree with Turf though. I do think 1,000 yards, if it's clicking, 1,000 yards is doable. It's doable. It is. I'm not even gonna sit here and lie to y'all. It is. I think for the amount of weaponry that we have too, and if we're running the ball the way we should, he should be getting that for sure. For sure. Because he's not getting double teamed, bro. You're one-on-one damn near every play, bro. You should be winning. You should be winning. And last year he did that. So that's why I'm not, it's not like I don't expect certain things, because I seen him do certain things last year where I'm like, okay, yeah, you know what I mean? He did it consistently throughout the season where I'm like, yeah, bro, he can do that. So I think we're fine with Jacoby. I think he can do that. But Turf, have you?
He had 800 yards last year with 8 touchdowns.
Oh shit!
For us,
And is that his
And
highest
that's
total
actually
ever?
his second highest total of his career. The first highest is in 2021 with the Patriots at 866 yards. So
Wow.
I at this point, I think he's regressing if he doesn't get 1,000 yards this year. And I don't want to hear anything about is the quarterback. None of that's going to be relative to. Yeah, I'm ready to put him under fire. I see, and this is what I kind of thought. Yeah, I know. Here we go. Right here comes everybody yelling and shouting, saying Turf is hating on Myers. That's not it. But now that I look at that stat, you're talking about a guy we just stated in IU that is a number 2 with a quarterback that nobody's really right in the kid. And the kid got his grand. And that's all I'm trying to say. It's time for Jacoby to step it up. I love Jacoby too. I hear about how great of a teammate he is and all of that. But the bottom line is you have to start putting those stats up. They have to be present. They have to be shown and seen. Otherwise, somebody else that can come in and step up and do it needs to. It's that scenario of every position is being vetted, my guy. And you're number 2. So what are all the other number 2s in the league doing? If you don't amount to that, it's time to start looking for your replacement.
I have a good question. What if he still gets 800? Right?
No.
But the only reason he got 800 is because Bowers got 1,000. What would you say?
That would be a different story. If we have, I'll put it to you like this, ladies and gentlemen. We need 2 receivers making 1,000 yards this season.
Agreed.
That has to happen. That just needs to be guaranteed.
100% agreed.
Yeah. So if it's Bowers, if it's Tucker, right? If it's Michael Mayer.
Yep.
We got weapons, ladies and gentlemen. I don't care which 2 do it, but we absolutely need 2 people catching the rock for 1,000 yards this year, and I don't care how it happens.
100%. And I agree with that. There's no sentiment for me where I'm gonna disagree with that at all. I think that the Raiders do need 2,000-yard receivers this year. With the weapons that they have,
right? It
would be almost a travesty if they don't do that.
Right.
If they don't do that, we're very disappointed. So let's see. As we continue to go on, just going ahead and seeing what he was, what we were talking about here with Antonio Pierce. So let's go ahead and get to some of these comments before we continue on with what he talked about today.
Yes,
but
sir.
Let me see. SoCal Sal agreed. 600 yards, 5 touchdowns for Trey Tucker.
I like it.
Leslie agrees. He agrees. Pops, what's the deal?
Hey, what up, big bro?
Okay. I don't know, Turf. It might be Lowby and McCormick return the kick. Oh, and that's the only way your boy gonna make the squad. The only way your boy gonna make the squad, man.
Man, y'all, I'm telling y'all, if they let him slide in there, he's going to get some burn preseason, and I think everyone will start to recognize what I'm talking about.
I hope. I really do. SoCal Sal, man.
Myers 900 to 1,000. That's what I'd love to see, baby. That sounds great to me.
Look at this. Raiders will win AFC. Heard it here first. I love the Power Raiders.
In the building.
Keeping it going.
Yeah, I like that.
Allegiance. He says he's a perfect number 2 for it. Yeah,
I'll give you that
for sure.
I'll give you
definitely is. Let me see.
I agree. He's definitely a player favorite.
My guy.
Hey, what's up?
Let me see. Okay. What of our
Leo.
What's going on?
My God.
Oh man, here we go. He gets to start now.
Already getting started. That big quarterback,
man.
Hey, look, my guy is not mid, man. You know what, man? Hey, shout out to LQ Sports. Let me go on ahead and show y'all one of them. So I got a card, man, and I didn't realize I'm just now getting back into this card thing. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't realize that I had one of those ones where you open it up. You know what I'm saying? You get a somebody steal my stuff. We might need to.
Thievery.
Oh, here it is. Here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I was pleasantly surprised that your boy got a 4 out of 100. Damn. That's right. Yeah, AOC in the building. See it, number 4 out of 100. Shout out to LQ Sports. I'm excited, man. I'm happy I got this. Yeah, so just thought I'd put that out there. All you card collectors.
That's dope. That's fine. Yeah. And that's Cowtown lane too. Cowtown be doing the card collection.
Cards too?
Yep.
Yes, sir. So let me know what I'm working with, Cowtown. I don't know if I got money right there or not. You know what I'm saying?
Factuals. So as we continue on with the conversation, we're gonna continue on what he's talking about with the offense, because I feel like we've talked about the defense a lot, right? Like we talked a lot about the defense. But now we gotta start talking about this offense, man. We know they learning a new system. Right. So we guys to go ahead and pay attention to that. Got to make sure we know what's going on. But he also said this. I just want to get your take on this comment because we know what's going on when he says this. Luke Getsy and the offensive staff threw the whole playbook at the team in their off-season sessions. And when they reconvene for training camp, they'll pare it down and hone in on their true identity as an offense. So how does it feel? I mean, honestly, that's good to know that he was able to get the whole playbook out, right? We're not repeating information.
Right.
But at the end of the day, to be able to do that, that shows everybody hungry to learn, man, to me. But I mean, I want to know what you feel about hearing that.
I'm excited because I don't disagree with that style of, trying to figure out what it is we want to do offensively and what we're actually good at. You know what I mean? Based on, that particular playbook. And I'm sure, obviously, it's been, schemed and, put to the test of any and everybody that's an offensive mind that they could get, without obviously spilling the beans. And the bottom line is it's going to take some time to really figure that out. And your defense, specifically our defense, is going to be light years ahead of us. Hence, you hearing about the picks being thrown from both quarterbacks, etc. It's nothing to be alarmed about, nothing to be worried about. Even when it comes to preseason and we start to play around, if you will, and you see things that may look out of order, that's exactly what it is. Trying to figure out truly where we sit offensively and what we do best, right? So give it some time. Don't jump too quick to the conclusions and, the feelings of mishaps and, having those second thoughts if we made the right decision, because it's going to take some time, no matter, even if you had the Daniels or the best rookie in the league. It doesn't matter. It's going to take time.
It's going to take time, man. I mean, you just got to sit and let them learn. Really, that's really what it is. Just a learning period. Like, we're barely getting ramped up. Like, we're barely leaving the starting block for real of what we got to be going through. At least for real football to be played. They have a I believe like a 3-week for real 3-week vacation until they come back. So it's like, now we really ain't getting no news. You know what I mean?
Right.
I can see this period being like the signing period if we got a veteran. You know what I mean? Like, this would be the time to do it before training camp, so you can go ahead and, give them the playbook now. They can get really acclimated with everything. Come in and training camp, we rock and roll. Stephon Gilmore. But at the end of the day, right? We're there. So, just like Cowtown says here, 2 months for them to study the playbook. They'll be fine. Just need healthy linemen. Correct, because Colton Miller is a little banged up. He hasn't really done anything.
Again, I was going to say, he's not hurt now, right? It's the beginning of the season.
He hasn't done anything for real.
At all.
Not really. He hasn't done anything. I mean,
I've honestly been I haven't said much, but I've always had a little question mark when it comes to him because he's always injured.
It's scaring me that the fact that this injury, if it's the same one, but people are saying he just had surgery on his shoulder. But wasn't his shoulder the thing that kept him out during the season?
Why didn't he get that done during the season or right when the season ended? Again, this is what it bothers me too. I don't like what's going on with him, and I don't know. He's forgotten, right? It's the league of what have you done for me lately, and he hasn't done much lately. So I'm starting to feel like his position is up for grabs, man.
I don't know. Chris is saying that too. I don't think so. I think he's cool. But it's the fact that he is, he does keep getting these little ticky-tack injuries here and there. That is what's starting to get on me. Little ticky-tack injuries from here and there. That's keeping him out. And which is why they probably got the reassurance with Pete Glaze. You know what I mean? These reassurance right there. Because at the end of the day, you don't never know. You never know. So boom. That's getting into them Raider recents, man. Make sure you guys are hitting the like, hitting the subscribe button, man. We got a crazy number of people in the building here. For me, right here, I'm looking right here. We got to bump it up, man. We got to bump it up. So go ahead, tell a Raider to tell another Raider, tell a Raider come up here. You know what time it is. So once again, man, make sure you're hitting the like button. You already 30 minutes in, so if you're 30 minutes in, you might as well tap on the subscribe button, bro.
Boom.
We're going ahead and hit on it. But as we continue, we got to touch on mini camp a little bit. We got 2 days that we had to go off.
Real quick. There's just one that Jorge rolled off up here. Now I think it speaks volumes. Quarterback play is most significant. O-line will be good. They have to face that D at practice. How can they not be? Ladies and gentlemen, that is the realest thing that I don't think any of us are really actually contemplating when it comes to the fact that our offensive line has to deal with our defensive line. It is 100% going to be a game changer long term. To creating probably the best offensive line in the league against our own best defensive line in the league. You can't get any better than that, meaning that practicing against the number one defensive line in the league. This is huge, Jorge. I agree. It is going to. We all have heard iron sharpens iron. This right here is the epitome of iron sharpening iron. The iron ain't there yet on the offensive line side just yet, but I can assure you they're going to have no choice but to get up to speed in order to not disrupt practice. So y'all get ready. I'm just letting y'all know right now that is one of the realest comments. You know what I'm saying? That I could ever say. Or display, I should say. I didn't say it. That's props to Jorge. Yeah, you're spot on with that.
That's man. So, got some more people coming into the building, man. My guy Stuart, what's going on, man? Glad you can make it. Glad you can make it.
Yeah.
Let me see. Okay, Allegiance holds us down. Said Miller had shoulder surgery. He tried letting it heal on its own, but had to eventually get surgery. Yeah. But see, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is the same thing that had kept him out. Starting to get worrisome.
Should have just got it done. See, and now look where you at with it, homeboy. You know what I'm saying? You literally messed up 2 of your seasons.
Right.
You should have just, I don't know where the advice. See, again, this is bad advice. You in the league, homeboy. Just get the surgery and move forward. There is no, I'm going to try to do this natural. This is what's going to have you out on the street. I'm telling you, he's missing too much time. He's missing. I don't think he's the same player, man. And I think that's going to be the weak point of this offensive line. I'm just putting it out there straight up. I think he is going to end up being the weakest point of our offensive line.
Let's hope. Cowtown, let's hope not. Actually, let's hope not. But Cowtown, I believe Mumford will be ready and JPJ will be ready to roll day one. I mean, everybody's going to be ready for sure. Let's, just having Colton, we need Colton ready week one. That just I don't need no like, oh, he's on the sidelines week 1 or none of that shit. Like I
Bro,
need him
I'm
ready.
mad, bro. I mean, that's my point. I'm telling y'all right now, I am not. I'm going to be upset if Colton Miller is not starting week 1, and I don't want to hear nothing about this injury. That's the worst advice you've gotten. I don't know who you got it from, but you should fire that human being.
Let's hope that
and let him know. Yeah,
we're gonna be straight with that. But at the end of the day, as we continue on, what's going on? We gotta talk mini camp. And what's been said since we've been on. So as we talk the mini camp news, all right. Some coaches got on the podium and talked.
Yes,
and talked about some players. I want to talk O-line first. That's the quickest thing. Parham moving to right guard. Now the O-line coach, James Chegg, I believe, gave us insight and said Parham is more natural on that right side, and they would like to put him there because they're going to run that more wide zone, which they feel like he's more comfortable in. But real quick, how do you feel like that marries him saying they run in the wide zone and Parham is natural at the right guard? How do you feel that marries to how Zamir runs and how we're going to use that to our running game?
I think it's spot on because running that wide zone will give Amir the daylight necessary to hit whatever piece of daylight he can see and run.
Right.
Zamir is not the type of running back that does well in open space. He does well running downhill with a slither of space.
Yep.
There's a difference.
Yep.
Just think of your Emmitt Smith running downhill, hitting a hole, no juking and jiving, as opposed to a single-eye Barry Sanders that absolutely wants to see more zone in space because he can just make shakes and, defeat 2 defenders on his own. There's a huge difference. And Greg Craig is just right when he's saying this. And it's amazing that we have this offensive line coach that comprehends that type of running game for that type of running. And I think you're gonna see stars and stripes and sparks and everything else that you want to see out of this offensive running game. It's no one will be complaining about the guy that's in Green Bay. I'll just put it that way. It's my 2 cents.
I don't think so either because we're gonna run what's a strength to our players. You know what I mean? Like
absolutely.
We're gonna finally give them something that they can handle and something that they can maximize their skills with. You know what I mean? That's really how I'm thinking, because at the end of the day, it's like I think that we were doing things that were not beneficial to our offensive line and our running game most of the time in the last couple of seasons. Right? It seemed like we were running against the grain. Things that aren't really their strengths, we would all of a sudden be doing. And I'm like, why are we doing that?
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So honestly, to me, I'm glad to see that we're putting people more in their natural positions. Where they should be.
Better place to succeed, bro. A better place and a better reality for them to have success based on their strengths.
Yep. Agreed. So putting Parham at right guard, cool. I like that. So we go from there. We continue on to that. We'll still kind of talk about the offense because Cadillac Williams came up in the running back coach. He spoke about Zamir.
He sure did.
And spoke about another guy. So, when he talked about Zamir, he says Zamir looks like he's ready to take on the load of being a number 1 running back, right? So I think so. I am on board now. I'm cool with Zamir taking that mantle and doing his thing, right? Because I understand what type of running back he is. So I know what we're going to be getting. But at the end of the day, how do you feel about, the kind of the vote of confidence between, him and most of the coaches that Zamir is going to be the guy?
I'm excited. I mean, I think Zamir showed more than enough last year, second half of the season, that he has all of the ability to take over the brunt work, right? The blunt work.
Right.
And he's not, nobody's looking for him to duck and dodge and do the things that Jacobs did. And that's what I'm trying to say. We're going to start to realize and learn and understand that, unfortunately, in this league, you don't need an every down back anymore. That it's just the hard truth, ladies and gentlemen. It's just facts. I don't know what to tell you. They are not a dime a dozen. See, and that's the difference. Right. They're not a dime a dozen, but what you can't do is mortgage a team for one because of that. Not unless you're in contention and you have everything else, right? If you have everything else, then yeah, I can say, yeah, go get you a Christian McCaffrey. Go get you, somebody, a Saquon Barkley. But if you're not completely intact already, and that's just not the center, that's the only piece left to gain, it's not worth the money.
That's true. That's 100%. I feel that 100%. So, I mean, honestly, I think that with Zamir, I can give him that vote of confidence just because we saw the sample size, right? The sample size of what it is, of what he can give you in a stretch. He put the team on his back for a sense, right? I mean, we talked about certain games that even we lost in some of them stretches that he played, where we were like, he kind of needed the ball more. You know what I mean? In certain stretches in them games that he played, there were times we were like, he should have ran the ball more. They should have gave him the ball more. So I think this is a guy that can elevate, take it to another level, still keep that level of physicality that we got from number 8 as well. You know what I mean? Still keep the physicality that we got. So, but we're going to lose a little bit of wiggle. And you want
we definitely going to lose some wiggle. Now, look,
I understand that 100%. But what we lose, we still gain. Because Cadillac Williams did also mention my guy, Dylan Lowby, right? Another one. Mentioned Dylan Lowby, talking about he's quick, explosive with the hands. Not only that, but what he's seeing in the classroom, he applies to the field. Right?
Like a veteran. I saw that. He said
I've heard a lot of good things since the camps have started. Since rookie mini camps have started, I've heard nothing but positives about my guy. So how are you feeling now about Dylan Lowby and everything going on with the running back room?
I never disliked it. I mean, I knew we had Cadillac there. You always are comfortable when the guy that is there did it. I equate this to software development and technology all the time. It's much easier to follow a leader that's been a mile in your shoes, right? Nobody in tech ever wants to work for a manager or a leader that has not done it, right? And that's what you see in what we have when it comes to Cadillac Williams. He's done it. So everything he says and what he's trying to do to instill the knowledge, right, that experience he has, and try to, give that to the players and let them take it and run, they're going to listen. They know he was that dude, not only in college, but he also started out pretty well in the NFL before injuries and just the natural, right, progression of a running back in the NFL. It's just not pretty. It's not what people think. But with him being back there, giving them that confidence from that respect, I mean, the sky's the limit for the running back room. That's why I said, again, I don't mind that we don't have an every down back like we did with Jacobs in the past, because it's not necessarily needed. We're still going to get that same production, if not more, out of the running back room we have.
Yeah. I mean, you know me, man. I'm on the Dylan Lowby train, day one, man. I'm good with that pick. Shout out my guy, Cowtown.
Yes, sir. War too, right? Yeah, shout out War. He was actually the first one to
all good, bro.
Talk about Lowby. Yeah,
so it's like I like Lowby and what he's gonna bring. He's gonna bring a certain element, like I've said it already. Not exactly the same game, but we haven't had this type of guy since Jalen Richard.
Yes. That was my dude.
The utility. We need the utility. This guy,
Jalen Richard was my dude, bro. And
he
he
has
was
the
with us
thing.
for
I'm
what,
telling you.
5-6 years? 5-6 years.
Yeah, yeah, good 5 years, bro. Good
And
5
I'm telling you, he produced. Every time he touched the ball, it seemed like there was never negative yards, ever. It didn't matter what he was doing.
Needed that, man. Needed that for sure. And he made big plays at big moments. You know what I mean? Big plays and big moments.
Always.
Plays. So, I at the end of the day, we haven't had something like that since that. So I think it's imperative for us to get that again. You know what I mean? I think it just brings another element to the offense when you have a guy that can play receiver and play running back and the play doesn't dip, the execution doesn't dip.
Right.
Regardless of whatever he does, man. So yeah, I mean, even back in the day, the Raiders had a good little synergy between backs, right? Not even now,
absolutely.
modern times, but back in the past as well. There's still that type of synergy going on. So I think this is the way to go, man. I think he's only gonna progress as we go. The only thing that I do want to see now that I hope that he does is now we get into the pass blocking.
That's gonna be the tail of the tape, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you right now, everything is sexy and fun, in the booty shorts and tank top. When those pads come on, and you got to stop Spillane, you got to stop Diablo, you got to stop Masterson coming through, mano y mano, everybody's blocked. It's just you and him right in the middle, and you need to make that block so ALC can step into that throw. I mean, that's when you're gonna see what we got.
Yep, 100%.
That's when you're gonna see what we got.
That's 100%. Because as of right now, it all looks good, and of course, I think he's gonna be able to do all that extracurricular that's outside of the pads, But now there's another element that needs to be added that must be shown, and I'm sure he knows that, right? I'm sure that's what the coaching staff knows, because
more important than catching the ball is more important than running the ball, is more important than doing anything else on the field, because again, ladies and gentlemen, bottom line, I guarantee you that check down is going to be for the back to stay in. It won't be for the tight end to stay in. It's going to be for the back to stay in.
Yep.
Please stay in and block this middle guy coming up so I can hit the tight end or somebody else on the hot route where we'll get the first down. It's not going to be the running back going out with a tight end. It's just not. That's just not the way it typically goes. So be prepared. Be ready.
Yeah, 100%. 100%, man. So I'm excited to see what goes down as far as him and camp and how he starts ascending with his carries and touches and everything he starts doing. I think he's gonna start getting more and more as we go and continue. So
I got a question for you.
Talk to me.
Do you think, with all this hype that's going on, do you think it's possible for Lauby to take over the second string position? Do you think he has the ability to take over Madison's spot? Now, you know what I mean? Now that
this is the thing,
we got the room. I'm just curious. What's your thoughts? Because apparently everyone believes Abdullah is on the outside looking in. I mean, Cadillac hadn't said anything about him. I mean, would it shock me if he hadn't said anything about him, but now he's actually the one that's actually getting some of these looks and touches? Wouldn't shock me at all, because again, knowing Cadillac, he's been that veteran. It's gonna make sense to me. They just giving the pub where, again, this is a lot of smoke and mirrors, in my opinion. And that's why you got to find ways to read between the lines, because first and foremost, you already know they're not going to talk negative about anyone.
That's true.
And the other thing too is, you already know people that's getting beat up in the public. You're gonna always say nice things about those people that are getting beat up in the public until you can't defend them anymore.
I mean, okay,
and
but
that's the cynical side of me. That's where Turf thinks the glass is half empty, not half full. So that's how I'm viewing this stuff, man. And I really do think that the team is trying to save people. I do think they're trying to put the kid gloves on and try to get the public off of certain players and individuals, that heat, to try to allow them to grow into what they need them to grow into be, because they know it ain't there. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I'm looking at some of this stuff. How do you see it?
To answer your question, this is the thing. At first, I'm not really looking at Lowry to be the number 2 because I see a specific role. Now, that's not to say he can't do it, because at his school, he was the dude. He was the workout, he was the workhorse back. He was the offense. You know what I mean? So it's like I can see an Austin Eckler role for him, where it's like he can produce a nice little 8 to 10 touches if need be in the ground, but majority of it is swing screens or like swing passes or screens, or you know what I mean, something short. I can see that too. You know what I mean?
No, I do.
Because he can be so prolific at it that he'll just naturally start overtaking some people's things. And once again, we're talking all that. I wasn't really a fan of the Madison signing to begin with, but at the end of the day, I look and it's like, if ball security is gonna be the difference,
right? We know where that's
gonna be the difference. You know what I mean? Like there we go. And then I mean, I know people are looking at Lowry. It's like maybe he's just gonna be receiving back, special teams. But if he really starts becoming a factor as competition wise as to get touches on the ground, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, folks. If if Lowry starts getting touches on the ground, right, and that starts to increase,
producing,
Madison's in trouble. Yes. He's in trouble.
He's gone.
Because
I would say he's gone.
He's in trouble. I'm gonna be honest with you, because if that's really what Madison is banking on to really beat him out for number 2, RB2. Think about it, right?
100%.
Because you can't talk about he's banking on beating him out as a receiving back. No. He's not better than Lowry as receiving. He's not. We know that, right? So
very true.
Now we haven't seen pass blocking yet, so there we go. That's not a factor that we know yet. But now, I mean, after not seeing that, you would assume that Madison is better at just far as pure running back, running the ball.
Right.
But if Lowry proves that he can do that and run between the tackles,
yes. Yeah.
You have to hang your hat on now. You know what I mean?
I agree. I mean, he's a small guy. He's only 200 pounds. So that's part of the right. Can he take that beating? I mean, hey, being a 1-2 punch. Yeah, you know what I mean? Maybe. I don't know. Just depends on how that breakdown happens, right? And how they manage him accordingly.
Yeah.
But I think it's game on. I think it's up for grabs for that number 2 spot. I don't think it's just automatically Madison's. To be honest, I don't even think Zeus is automatic as far as number 1.
I
think AP. What I'm saying is I think AP keeps an open, healthy competition.
True.
And Madison kind of lost it himself. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
You fumbling on, with booty shorts and tank tops. So
come on.
He kind of lost it. He took a step. I'm telling y'all right now, I know for a fact, nobody knows worse than Turf. Coaches don't like you fumbling the rock. I'm just telling. That is, you want to be in the doghouse. You want to get that look. When you don't even want to go to the sideline. I'm telling you. I've been in that
fumble. See what happens. But
yeah.
Okay, man. I mean, fire conversation we got going on right here. It's always a fun time here on Thursdays with Unc, man. We coming here to the bottom of the hour, so y'all know what time it is, man. Make sure you get your comments, questions, concerns in the chat, man, because we coming up to the bottom, man. Want to end the show off with getting some of these comments in. So Turf, if you want to go ahead and cycle some of them through, man. I see some of our TRS brothers in there.
It's so many of them in here. Hey, you already know, though. My guy, Tone, in the building, bro.
In the
building. We saw Stewart already. Let's hit this up. Raiders Allegiance. Miller had shoulder surgery. He tried letting it heal on its own, but had to eventually get surgery. I don't like it, Raiders Allegiance. Right. I mean, why do you wait so long? Just get it done, bro. Just get it done. You know what I'm saying? Cowtown, which is why I believe Mumford will be ready and JPJ will be ready to roll day 1. I think we already saw those.
Hit the like button, everybody. Touch on that like button, man. Appreciate everybody that's in this mug, for real.
Stuart Lowry, Zamir is not a running back that makes people miss. He is a thumper.
Agreed, 100%.
Zeus is not a running back that can make people miss. He's a thumper. I see a ton of screenplays involving the tight ends this year.
100. Hey,
yeah.
you know exactly what the hell you're talking about, Stuart. You know exactly what the hell you're talking about.
I think he's right. Yeah.
Powers and Mayer.
Raider allegiance. Damn, it feels good to finally have a compliment coaching staff. Couldn't agree with you more. That's why you got that long clap. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely right. Yep. Sam Tonka.
What's happening, Sam?
Salute. Uh-oh. We got one that's definitely going to ruffle some feathers. I think Zamir looks a lot like Jacobs. Might sound crazy. I think they're close. What do y'all think about that?
You're right, bro. No, you're definitely right.
I agree. I think that they have the same type of mean running style. The only problem
the mean.
Right, that same type of downhill. I need a first down, yard, 2 yard, 5 yard. But when it comes to the shiftiness, right, the agility, the ability to make people miss without anything, that's where we're starting to lose that when it comes to, you know what I'm saying? To that aspect.
Okay, I get that.
Sam Tonka, if the defense goes aggressive in practice, the whole offense will get better. I hope. There's no hope. You think about it. You don't have a choice. Look at Michael Mayer. Michael Mayer was shown getting blown off the line of scrimmage and pancaked by Crosby like week 1.
Right.
And then soon after that, the kid was holding his own. This is what you want.
Definitely.
This is absolutely what you want. So trust me, don't worry about that. Lowry is doing good. Did Telesco
I like that
comparison. Sorry about the comparison. I normally don't like those. I do too, actually, though.
I like that.
And it matters. You know what I mean? We've been talking about Lowry, being that next Danny Woodhead too. And don't get it twisted because, at this point, I'm going to say Woodhead is way light years ahead of Lowry, in my opinion. Woodhead is, I want to say, broken every record that's imaginable.
We don't know what he is yet, man. We have no idea.
No, that's what I'm saying. We gotta figure it out. You're absolutely right.
Gotta figure it out, man. John.
Salute, John. Oh, that's my guy right there, man. Welcome. Hope you enjoy the show. Another one of our guys, bro. Eric Raiders Haters Hunter, Eric Kachan. Salute Nation. I like the cornerback position. That's what I played, and that's who I need to see show up this year. Lester Hayes and my guy Mike Haynes style, Raider Nation for life. I like that, bro.
Facts.
I like that.
Cornerbacks got to step up, bro.
Yes.
We'll see.
Yes.
We'll see.
Yep.
We'll see.
But yeah, let's see. Couple of more. War. Lowry will be a beast. Projected him to the Raiders. You absolutely did, bro. You were the first one to ever
say flowers on that one, brother. You get your flowers on that one.
Your flowers, 100%.
For sure.
Any undrafted free agents doing good? That's
I've heard.
Absolute. I thought I heard somewhere in this channel that Mr. Glaze is doing all right. I heard he was somebody. Huh?
He not undrafted.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's not an undrafted guy. Nope, that makes sense.
I mean, I ain't heard nothing about that.
You already know. Our guy. Salute. Then we got another one that's a heavy hitter.
Hold on, I'm gonna say it right here, man. You and Leo better be here on Sunday, damn it. All right. Get him here on Sunday.
we getting called out.
Me and Turf have information that we must provide to the people. We need y'all in attendance.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Leo in the building. Miller. JPJ, James Paul Mumford. How we feeling?
I feel fantastic.
I love it.
I feel great about that.
I love it. Leo, Zamir is like Justin Fargas, one direction. JJ has more wiggle. Couldn't agree with you more, bro. You're absolutely right. Absolutely right.
True.
Yeah. So let's go. Let's finish this off, man. We
Man,
got
you already
we
know
at
time
that
of
top
day.
of the hour, but we got to have a couple more questions, a little bit
Yeah,
more.
we gotta have a couple more. But
We
real quick,
almost hit that
like
100
Leo
mark.
said, real quick, it is gonna be Father's Day this weekend, man. So make sure you tell everybody what's the deal.
Happy
I
Father's
might have to
Day.
have Papa Rundown on here just to have the father son special. So
Yes,
Pops, if you're
sir.
still watching, we might have to have a father son special. Do our
I like
thing.
it. I like
Uh,
it.
but you already know, man. Much love to everybody that's in here. We coming at the bottom of the hour, man. Definitely, if you are first tuning in, or if you're first coming in now, don't trip. Hit the replay on this mug, all right, and go
Yeah.
ahead and watch it back from the beginning. You already know what time it is, man. We can always appreciate another view. As my guy Turf here says, man, we always gonna be back on next Thursday.
Yes,
So
sir.
go ahead
And
and
we
let them
don't
know
miss,
where they
ladies
can.
and gentlemen.
No,
We
hell
don't miss.
no. Hell
Y'all
no.
ain't noticed. We don't miss. This is
You
what we
already know.
do.
Hey,
We gonna do this.
you already know what time it is. So Turf, I know you got your Tuesday show going on. Just tell them where they can find you on social media and follow you and see all your clips.
Yes, sir. Absolutely, man. It's always the Ultimate Raider Fan 32. That's on YouTube. You got Instagram, the Ultimate Raider Fan 32. Unfortunately, X, better known as Twitter, doesn't allow all the characters, so it's Alt Raider Fan 32. And yeah, I don't even know TikTok. I think it's probably the same. I try to stay away from TikTok. Y'all know how we got a whole plethora of people that's doing things all week. I'm not going to keep battering y'all with that. I just want y'all to know this is by far one of the livest shows out here. So keep
For sure, man.
watching, liking, subscribing. We going to keep doing it. We don't miss. We don't stop.
And y'all already know what time it is, man. So we'll be back at y'all next Thursday for another chill Thursday night here on the Turf and Rundown show. Right, we'll keep you updated with everything going on with the Raiders. Hopefully, they make another signing for a veteran or something. And if they do,
Right.
hey, we might give you a special live episode breaking the news. Y'all already know what time it is, and we can do that. So much love to everybody that's in here. Y'all already know what it is. If you want to find me, it's the Raider Rundown. Raider Rundown 2 on Instagram, Raider Rundown 4 on X. So go ahead, hit your boy up, follow your boy. Y'all know what it is. Once again, much love to everybody. We're going to see y'all next Thursday, man. Y'all stay safe, and we'll see y'all actually on Sunday. Pull up.
Right.
All right, man.
Peace.
Y'all have a good one.